What kind of food truck you got?
Sushi.
Oh, man, you're going to get me excited.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
So what do we need to get you to on a monthly basis to cover bills, at least?
Three grand would be dope. If I could replace my current income that Sushi Squad is paying me now, 3 grand is just my bare minimum just to pay my bills. Like,
cool.
Bare bones. That's what I need to live every month.
So get you there, and then what? What's the next step beyond that?
I was able to replace my own income within 2 months. I'm now sitting on lost track. I'm like at 55 to 60 clients right now, and most of them are on a $500 retainer. Plus I have website bills.
Food is never going to go away from me. I'm still going to always be in the kitchen for doing something. This is my passion. I don't want this to burn my passion out.
I would never go back. So anyway, it's been cool, but I don't even want to make myself a sandwich anymore. Like I don't even want to do anything with food right now. I need a break. Just.
So we're talking, you're clearing that $25,000 per month mark consistently now.
Oh yeah, I cleared that $25,000 mark probably in January, February of this year.
Okay.
And now we're sitting June. It's even more than that. Not only does the stuff work, can you do it part-time on your spare time? 1,000%. I've done it myself running a food truck. Like I'm already working 60 hours a week or more as a chef on a food truck. Probably closer to 70 plus. So if I could find the time to do 1 or 2 things, get a little extra income, then most anybody else can do the same thing.
All righty, everybody. My name is Derek Gray, and I am with a student of mine. His name is Josh Talley. Josh, how you doing today, sir?
Good, brother. Good. Thanks for asking.
Good. Well, thanks for joining me today, Josh. I basically just wanted to connect with you and ask about your experience as far as working with me and with the GBP management side of things specifically, and just basically let you share your story on how things have been going, and for anybody that's interested in getting started in this industry and with this model particularly, and being able to offer them maybe some points of advice and things that you've learned as somebody coming in. Josh, remind me, it's been how long now that we've been working together?
So I joined, probably December of 2024.
Okay.
So overall, I think maybe a month and a half total so far.
Okay. About a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Cool. Awesome. And Josh, before you were the GBP Management King, right? What were you doing beforehand? And I guess what led you to my group and my team?
Yeah, so before I found you guys, I'm a chef by trade. I've been in the construction industry for 10 years as well. So I'm very much the hands-on construction, chef in the kitchen type of thing. But yeah, I was running my own food truck. You may have seen it on a Food Network called Sushi Squad, but yeah, my background is being a chef, and that's exactly what I was doing before I found you guys. And much like yourselves, you may have stumbled across an ad, and it might have resonated with some of you, and it definitely resonated with me, and which is strange because, again, coming from construction and being a chef, like I can turn a computer on. That's about it. You know what I mean? As far as like doing, the whole computer thing and the Google business stuff and building websites. I mean, it's yeah. For those of you who do know me, you would never think that I would come across something like that. Oh, he's doing that now, type of thing. So that's where I came from before I found you guys.
Gotcha. Okay. So you were doing that, and I guess what drew you to us and our business model? I guess why'd you take that leap from construction, food industry into the online space?
Running the food truck in Utah, the winters are brutal here when it snows, and a frankly, these types of environments, most food trucks shut down during the winter because it's just chaos. You know, you're dealing with frozen pipes and just a bunch of nonsense. And so after my first year of doing the food truck, I realized I definitely don't want to have to work through the winter if I don't need to. So I was trying to find something that I could, you know, do somewhere from November to say, you know, March, to create some additional income besides catering that I was already doing. And I found you guys's, you know, ad on Instagram, and I, you know, I played around with the idea in my head for about a month or so before I decided to hit you guys up. Just something about it resonated with me, and like I said, I'd never done that type of stuff before, and so sometimes you gotta just go with your gut, and we all have to understand that we have to take chances too to get ahead in life, right? So that was my chance. I was betting on myself that I could make it happen, but the way that you guys presented yourself made it seem like somebody could actually follow what you guys teach and actually be able to be successful. And so because I got that feeling from you and I can bet on myself all day long to execute, that's why I had that, you know, discovery call with you guys. And, you know, there weren't any empty promises. You know, you get the fact that you guys were willing to help the students get, you know, their money back with no matter what, we're going to try and make sure you're successful and help coach you through the learning curve. And I appreciated that a ton as well, because the investment, you know, is big, but when you think about it, it's the opportunity is way bigger than the investment, like massively bigger. And so that was just kind of an eye opener for me. And that's kind of, I mean, that's why, you know, I decided to pull the trigger on it with you guys. So
Awesome. Now, if I remember right, and you were just reiterating this to me a few minutes ago before we started the interview, but when you joined the program initially, I remember, I don't think you were one that was like immediately came out firing. I think you had another project you were working on with maybe building or opening a restaurant a couple hours from where you were living. Kind of walk us through that, and then how the events that happened there made you turn and kind of go all in with what we had offered and what we were helping you with.
Ooh, you ready? Buckle up. You ready? No, that's such a good question. Yeah, my focus wasn't on, you know, the opportunity that you guys presented. My focus was to do some stuff, you know, on the side in my free time, get a couple extra $1,000 a month just to supplement, you know, the income I'm paying myself with my own business. That was really kind of where my trajectory was going. And if I found time later to eventually get out of the food truck and pivot a little bit harder into this, cool. If that ever came up, I was just looking for, you know, some side income that made sense that I could do in my free time. My focus was on the food truck and building a restaurant, and that's what I did. I landed a contract with, you know, a big developer down in St. George to open up a restaurant, and I decided to go hard into that. Met with the developers, created a resort menu, and had a tasting. And yeah, they loved the food and everything I presented, and they said, this is exactly what we need in a place like this. Where has this been the whole 3 years we've been here? We need this. And so I sold my house in Salt Lake, brought my crew with me as well. We all moved down to St. George, and when I got there, plans had changed drastically. They decided to open it up as a gym instead of a restaurant. So the plans stopped moving forward. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I just sold the only asset that I had, my house. Like, what? My crew's with me, and they wouldn't let me use the food truck on site either. So they went back on my plan and my backup plan, and I was like, wow, okay. So I was, at that time I had made, during the early stages through learning with the modules and everything, at that time I was generating, an extra $2,000 a month because I had my first 2 clients. And so I was making a little bit of money, but my focus was just the restaurant thing. And so I kept with the food truck thing for a few more months. And so I moved in March, and got the bad news, right? And then I put my head down. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make this thing work regardless. And then just downfall after downfall. I was like, all right, I don't think God wants me to do the food truck thing anymore. You know, this is brutal. And so in May, I just decided to hang up my chef knife and just say, okay, RBA, I've got this thing right here. I've already been pulling $2,000 a month. I'm like, I know I can do more of this. My income directly is related to my food truck. And so if I pivot, I now have to make this work because I don't have anybody paying my bills, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have that. So I pivoted and made that choice to hang up, the sushi knife and just maybe learn a little bit more with the modules and prospect hard. And by the end of May, I got one extra client. It was a garage door guy, I believe. And then, okay, now I'm up to 3 clients. Now I'm like, close to 3,000 a month. And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't too far off from where I need to be. Obviously, I need to do more to pay my bills. But I was like, okay, I think, this is legit. This is actually legit. And I don't mind it because now instead of helping people find good food and teaching people how to roll sushi and just now I'm helping small businesses because I didn't get the love and the support that I needed when I was a small business, trying to make it, trying to find leads, because I had hired 2 marketers, Sushi Squad, to build my website and to do my Google business profile. The first one ghosted me after he built the website. And it took 30 days for edits. I was like, dude, chef, I need this done like within a couple of days, like 30 days. I had to fire them after 6 months because they were just unresponsive. I already spent $4,000 on the website, and then the $600 a month on Google business, didn't do anything. Hired another local company, actually out of St. George, to build another website for me. It was another $4,000. Yes, I knew it was important to generate leads. So, because we as small businesses, we're going to go find that next client. That's the grit that we have, right? But I knew it was important to be visible online, so that's why I hired another marketing company. Anyway, I got busy. I started knocking doors, finding clients, finding events to go do, more sushi classes. But after about a year, I discovered the course, right? So then while I'm learning the course and I have a website and a Google business profile, I start auditing my own stuff. I'm like, okay, let me just put all this to the test. And sure enough, they didn't even touch my Google business profile one time other than letting themselves be an owner of it. That's it. They didn't post one time. They didn't generate any leads. I got no CRM, for customers to get a hold of you. I was like, are you joking me? I just spent $19,000 over the course of 2 years for marketing and didn't get one thing back. So I fired them, leveraged what you guys teach to build my own website and my own Google business profile. And I started ranking myself within about a month and a half. That's when I started getting leads in. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So the money's one thing. I lost the money. We could always get the money back. But the time that I wasted, 2 years, you're not going to get that back.
Yeah.
At all. So that was the big turning point for me is when I started working for myself, for my own business before I dove in fully. That's when I was like, oh, this thing is legit. And so that's why I love doing what I do now. And I've pivoted so hard is because, now I'm able to help small businesses get real results, literally, because the contractors that come across now, they've hired and fired 6 SEO guys already. And they're struggling to find that thing too. And so, if I struggled with it, how many other small businesses struggle with the same thing with these shady marketers? And so the air is different over here. The air is different over here. And what you guys teach actually helps small businesses succeed. So that's huge.
That's awesome. So timeline looks like March, you made the move to go all in on the restaurant. by May, things were looking really bleak, and we were packing it up and saying, I'm just going to go all in on what Derek's been feeding me, right? Okay. So then May, we're up to 3 clients. We're, maybe between 2,500 to $3,000 a month recurring, somewhere in that range. And that's May of 2025. So now we're talking, it's June 1st, 2026. So we've been a year later. What has that turned into? Those 3 clients, what are we at now? What does the money look like? What do the numbers look like? If you don't mind sharing, Josh, I think it's amazing what you've been able to accomplish in such a short period of time.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's been awesome. After figuring out how to do it, apply it to my own business and getting just endless leads for myself, I opened up a second business called King Me Digital, and just to open up an agency for this RBA stuff. I got myself to rank there as well. So I built the website for King Me and a Google profile, and I've applied it to my second business now for digital marketing, and ranked myself within about a month and a half with my competitors. And that's where I found my first 2 clients, is because I ranked myself locally for web design and Google profiles. So that was like February of 2025, or 25. So I was like, holy crap, this is awesome, but I'm busy. I'm a chef. I let it go. I built the 2 websites, did the Google profiles, and that's where my first 2 clients was. And then like I said, I moved in March. My head was still down in the food for about another 2 months after everything fell apart. And then, yeah, to your point, I was like, okay, I'm going to pivot hard. I'm going to just hang everything up and go hard with the RBA stuff. The first client, again in May. But so essentially, I really haven't done much of anything with you guys until May of last year, basically when I actually started for real. I dabbled a couple things on the side, but May was kind of my starting point, to be honest. And so from there, in the $2,500 or whatever a month, at 3 clients, I'm now sitting on, lost track, I'm like at 55 to 60 clients right now, and most of them are on a $500 retainer. Plus I have website bills. I mean, I went from paying myself good on the food truck and getting paid pretty good in construction to now making, man, literally over 3 times the amount of money I was making before. I mean, I was already making 6 digits with my own business and construction, but now I'm making 3 times as much within about literally 1 year to this day almost.
Gotcha. That's so awesome, man. That is amazing. So we're talking, you're clearing that $25,000 per month mark consistently now.
Oh yeah, I cleared that $25,000 mark probably in January, February of this year.
Okay.
And now we're sitting June. It's even more than that. I mean, peaks and flows. You might have a contractor fall off or whatever, but then you just end up, closing another deal, and things balance itself out. But yeah, I'm even further ahead than I was in January. So
awesome. And so we're talking over 50 active Google Business Profile clients, and your average is $500 per month per client.
That's literally my average. I think I've got, I'd have one client that was a friend in the construction days. I was helping her, so I only charged her $300 a month, and she's getting to see her inbox fill up with as many leads that she's getting. Like she's living ooh, she's living like a queen for sure. She's getting all the leads that she wants. But yeah, I'm only charging her $300 a month, but everybody else is at that $500 retainer, and I'm happy to do it over and over again, because the leads that I see come in for these guys, like, they're not generating. What are they going to go spend thousands of dollars a month on Angie's List for the same regurgitated leads? Like, when they can develop their own, like, yeah, night and day difference. 500 is nothing. So it's providing them so much value. I mean, it's actually worth more than 500. a month, the work that we do. But you got to balance that out and make sure that they see the value, and you know, you're not charging an arm and a leg, and you take care of them, and they feel like you're taking care of them, they'll stay with you for a long time.
Absolutely. And what I love is not only do they stay long term, but they also then see you as their online guy, their AI guy. If they need help with a website build, a CRM build out, or basically any other service to help improve their small local business, you're their first point of contact, right?
Yeah.
Which now, to the point where you've built up this portfolio of 50, 60 clients, you have that audience of 50 plus local business owners that, like I said, when they have something come up or need a website build, who's the first person they go to, right?
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, not everything is like, you know, all 8 services all up front. Sometimes it's just a Google business profile, but the trust that you gain from that, and they start to see the needle move, they're like, holy cow, I've never seen this. What? They start trusting you as the authority. And once that happens, to your point, hey Josh, do you do websites too? Why, yes, I do. Step into my office type of thing, you know what I mean? Or whatever. You know, you need a logo, or I mean, there's absolutely no ceiling, but the fact that they start trusting the work that you put into it, that they've never seen results before, of course they're going to go to you. It just, you get that one client for $500 a month, and all of a sudden that one client can turn into freaking $2,000 a month all of a sudden. Like, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's just providing more value, helping their business be better, produce better, allow them to take more money home to their family, and then it allows you to do the same for yours, right? It's just a win-win-win, right? Because I think a lot of the times we just think our relationship between us and the contractor, but also the customers, right? Like, they are finding the best businesses and finding problems to the solutions they want, and finding the people that can provide the services that they need, because they're easier to find on Google Maps, and can get connected to the best businesses in their area.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's cool to see. It's cool to see, you know, the contractors get excited, you know, leads coming in. Oh, I got my first lead in. Like, you know, they just like roll over. Like, it's awesome. Super rewarding.
That is great, Josh. So remind me, so when you came in, like you were saying, you said, hey, I want to generate maybe some extra side income, especially during the winter when my current business is a little bit slower. What was your first initial goal? What were you wanting to get to with this? Just out of curiosity.
My initial, because I'm a chef by trade, right? So that's, my mind is like kitchen, restaurant. I need, you know, the food truck wasn't like a be all end all. Like, when you do a food truck, the goal is to get out of the food truck, right? So you ain't trying to be in there the entire, you know, for the rest of your life. So that was my goal. I wanted to find something to create additional income that can help me pay some bills on the food truck, and you know, really just take care of the salary I was paying myself, because that would allow more cash flow for the business. If I didn't have to pay myself through Sushi Squad, then I can leverage that money and into more repairs, or just to grow it, maybe into, you know, additional trucks, things like that. So that was my initial goal, man. I just wanted to replace my own income that I was paying myself, so I could make that business grow even more. And yeah, it's funny because by ranking myself and getting myself out there even more than I was before with the other marketing companies. I mean, somebody offered to buy the food truck, and, you know, we were in negotiations from that. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, that's my goal, was to get acquisitioned out so I didn't have to be on the thing anymore. And all that happened way faster than I expected. You know, hindsight, you know, the restaurant didn't fall through. Yeah, my head was in my lap for a couple months. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'll figure this out. But it's still, you know, a gut punch. But I wouldn't take it back. I would never go back. So anyway, it's been cool. But I don't even want to make myself a sandwich anymore. Like, I I don't even want to do anything with food right now. I need a break. Just let me make another website or just another few more months and maybe I'll make myself a sandwich. But
I love it, man. I love it. So what does your day-to-day look like now as far as time that you're spending? I mean, 50 plus clients, 25K plus per month. That's a real live business, right? So how much time would you say per day are you spending on it now?
Maybe I'm built different too. I don't know, but I spend a good amount. I mean, it's a full-time thing for me now, only because I have tenacious goals. It moved from, oh, let me just create some side income to no, I want to create a mass amount of income fast while it's here now. And so I'm just kind of put my head down and work as hard as I can and just build the thing up quick as I possibly can. So again, the goal is to not have to do it anymore too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get that residual income where I don't maybe have to work as hard. But I went from having an income with a sushi truck to not having an income. So I had to figure out how to do it and get those clients coming in. And I mean, the amount of services that we can provide to them is literally endless. It's more than just ranking a website and renting it out. There's so many different pieces to it that I just felt like I just dove into everything to try and learn as much as I possibly can. And I feel now at this point, a year in, that I can hold my own with all the services that you guys teach. And, so I'm not just stuck with just doing one thing. I can just kind of do whatever I need to do just to get that client. But so, yeah, it's a full-time, I'm working, 40 hours plus a week to make sure I get it done. And do I have to? No, absolutely not. I could totally sub some of my work out to maybe another member and have them build a website. But, I try to do as much as I can because I'm still learning. So,
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. You still like getting your hands dirty. So it's more of, I guess what's important is that it is a choice, right? Like you said, you don't have to be putting all these hours into it, but you choose to because you must like it at this point, Josh.
I do, man. I love helping people. And yeah, could I stop today with the work that I'm doing and still get paid as much as I'm getting paid? Mostly, there's some things that require my attention, but I could drop those hours drastically and just deal with the Google profiles. And it could be, still super lucrative. So it's straight up by choice for me, just because I put in so much work into construction and doing my own thing with the food truck. I want to travel the world a little bit more and a lot sooner. And so I'm just kind of putting the work in now and so I can chill later type of thing. So, but yeah, the opportunities are there to where it can be part-time, spare time, or you could be like me and just, completely pivot and change careers altogether. And all of a sudden, there's no ceiling, but I mean, the spectrum is so wide. Yeah, you could choose whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. Okay. So that was the beginning goal, a couple grand extra a month to cover what you were paying yourself out of the food truck. Like you said, as of February of this year, you cleared over that $25,000 per month mark. Now, I know you kind of alluded to this. You're like, I've got big goals, right? I've got big aspirations here. What's next steps look like for you? What's the next level we're trying to get to? The next goal you want to hit?
Man, the next goal is kind of just, I don't know. I actually don't know. It could be totally hands off where I'm just now falling back and just living off the residuals that are coming in every month, which doesn't suck. Obviously, that's more than doable. Or, I just feel I'm a busy guy in general. I don't know if I could just chill that much. I might, I don't know, feel more fulfilled if I, help other people see the same type of success. And that in turn will also help me grow even more too. So one of those two is to continue to help other people find what I found and to get to where I am. And in turn, obviously it helps me as well grow. And or just kind of chill and just travel. Or I don't know, man. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So
Awesome. Awesome. As far as sorry, as far as what you'd say to somebody watching this video that's like, man, I'm interested in the model, I'm interested in this Google Business Profile Management thing, I'm interested in making money with AI, I'm interested in making a form of income that I can do from anywhere, that I can spend a lot of time or little time on. What would you say to them, right? Those people that watch this video, that have seen or listened to your story, seen kind of where you were to now where you are, what advice would you give them as far as, you know, what you've been able to accomplish and what you've experienced from your own perspective?
what have I, so that's good. Try to pick one or two things. I would say, if you can, dedicate a little bit of time to get through the modules as fast as possible, because during the time that I joined, it was during the Christmas break, and my busy time for being a chef in the winter, because I have caterings, my window of just being able to watch those videos and learn was my window was short. So I knew if I dragged it out and just did like one video a week, that eventually would not have gone through them all, and I would have just kind of procrastinated, as we humans do, right? So I think the biggest advice, takeaway is, you get through those videos as fast as possible, because your learning curve is going to be way quicker. Then you start to see everything. You're not going to have as many questions and doubts, because now you've seen what you need to see. If the longer that process takes, and these videos are not hard to get through, they're like 10 minutes. They're like 15 minutes. Like, just find some time to just buckle down in a weekend and just, watch them and learn and do it. The quicker you get through those, I feel like the more success you'll have, because it's just fresh, and you're not dragging things out thinking, oh my gosh, I need to pay my bills in 2 months, but nothing's happened yet. Well, you got to put a little bit of time, baby. Like, you got to watch those videos and apply what you learn. And it's not that hard. If I can do it as a chef, and literally, I could turn on a computer, man. Like, I didn't know QuickBooks. Like, come on. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And so just get through the modules as fast as possible. And then one other little thing is, never focus on the handyman niche. That's what I got. That's all I got to say.
I love it.
Focus on something else. That was my thing in the beginning, was handyman. And like, I found some success. I found contractors. They're paying me, but they were paying me $10 to $20 here and there, because their service ticket's like $200-300 is all. And they want to work the princess hours, 10 to 3 and type of thing. So I don't know. It was a good learning experience, but if I could choose one more thing, is maybe focus on a different niche outside of the handyman thing, for sure.
Gotcha. I love it. What about your advice to people that are on the fence, that maybe aren't working with myself directly yet, they haven't joined the program? What advice would you give them? Would you say, hey, stay away, this guy's not legit? Or what's your take?
Yeah, don't do it. How many different opportunities are there's like out there in the world? I mean, there's so many of these ads that you see that pop up. Some are day trading, some are more marketing stuff. Like, I get it. We see that every day. We can't get away from it. So how do you know what to choose and what to trust, right? So I get it. But diving into this, going back, I wouldn't even choose another group at this point. And the reason why I say that is, not only does the stuff work, can you do it part-time on your spare time? 1,000%. I've done it myself, running a food truck. Like, I'm already working 60 hours a week or more as a chef on a food truck, probably closer to 70 plus. So if I could find the time to do one or two things, get a little extra income, then most anybody else can do the same thing. So that is a testimony. But the group itself, brother, I mean, the fact that we're all on the platform school, and we support each other, we share wins, we congratulate each other. Dude, like, even if you guys are swamped with requests and the stuff that you have going on already, if you can't get back to us, one of the other members who's maybe a little bit more seasoned can get back. And I think it's the community that is built up on that you can still get your, questions answered, and you're not alone. A lot of those things out there that you see, you buy into it, and then you find yourself, now it's just it's you versus you, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so overwhelmed. No, I mean, everybody's in the same situation. We just help each other. And I've had a lot of personal phone calls from other members in the group, and they've reached out saying, hey, can you help me with this? And yeah, we just support each other because we're all in it together. That's the biggest thing. So
love it, man. Love it. As far as what I've seen, Josh, is the majority of people are looking for an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per month on the side. That's like, bar none, the most common answer, common goal that I see from people that are interested in working with myself or joining the program. How doable is that, would you say? $3,000 to $5,000 per month. As somebody who is, 10x that goal, right? What advice would you give there, and how doable would you say that is?
Super doable. I mean, again, in the beginning, that was my goal. It was just, $3 to $5 grand, a month to replace the income I was paying myself. And that was honestly my goal. My goal wasn't to take it very much further than that, just because of my time constraints with running my other business. And so the fact that I was able to find a couple clients after applying what I applied, and this plus the rank and rent model, and running ads and selling the leads to contractors who clearly need more leads. Between all of that, I was able to replace my own income within 2 months, 2 to 3 months. And again, it wasn't as much as I needed in the beginning, but that's what I was paying myself to begin with, early stages with the food truck. And so the fact that I was able to do that fast, I mean, like I said, if I can do it as a chef, anybody that knows anything about computers a little bit more, even social media can, I mean, you guys can probably clear what I'm clearing. You know what I mean? It's huge. So is it doable? 1,000%. Just get through those modules, apply what you learn. The rest is history.
Awesome. Love it, man. Well, Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to connect with me today. I guess any last words, any last pieces of advice before we end this one?
Just go with your gut, man. Just go with your gut. Do it. You've got a ton of support in the group, in the community. Derek and Dakota are legit. They're in the trenches with us as well. They host live calls. I mean, you're not in this by yourself. You've got a ton of support, and it's incredible. So if you're looking for that little side income, or maybe to change careers altogether, again, that's not what I had planned for myself. It just ended up that way, and I would never take it back. Honestly, wouldn't. So do the thing. Hit me up in the group if you join. Let me know that you're present, and we'll collaborate.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you, Josh. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, brother.